Thank you for agreeing to meet with us. I know you were told and you consented to an interview that would involve questions involving Rita Crundwell.
Sure.
And I know every time somebody asks you a Rita Crundwell question, you hope it's the last one. And,
knowing that it won't be.
knowing that it's not, yeah. And of course, given we're coming up on the second anniversary of her arrest, a day I'm sure you will always remember. We wanted to talk about a few things. There's still some issues that are left hanging. What can you say about those discussions that have not been made public at this point?
Well, first of all, I would like to release all of them, and I think the entire city council would probably like to release all of these minutes, and I thought, frankly, that we probably would be able to until the attorneys weighed in on it, and it's a lot more complicated than it looks, and it's very difficult to talk about why they're not released without telling why
What they are.
what it's all about.
One of the other issues, I mean, Rita Crundwell has been around a long time. She knew everybody. She had a good relationship with people on the city council and throughout the city government. We all trusted her, I guess, didn't we? And to what extent in that time did you or other council members have, beyond the workday relationship with her, have a social relationship with her? I mean, did you attend parties? What sort of social relationship did you or other council members have with her?
Well, I didn't have much of a relationship with her. I know that she had a lot of entertainment out at her home. Mm-hmm. I was only out there one time when Chief Short retired. She had a retirement party out there. She had a chef out there who was carving and cooking the roast beef, and Jesus, swimming pool and a bar set up. I thought, wow, this is great.
She was a very generous woman, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was very generous, exactly.
And do you know you or any of the council members ever visited her home in Florida?
Oh, no, I didn't even know she had a home in Florida.
Oh.
No, I didn't know it.
Well, she doesn't.
My wife ran it up on the internet, and then
Mm-hmm.
once we learned about that, we were able to see it. But I don't know any of the council members if they had ever been there or not. I never had heard that. But you know, let me tell you about something, and I don't think this ever came out at any time. I guess maybe I never got asked about it or anything. But about probably 4 years, maybe 5 years after I was in on the mayor's job, I was wondering about her lifestyle, you know, and so I went to, apparently it was Megan, I think is who it was, over at Clifton, and I was trying to be subtle about it, but I was suspicious about maybe what she was doing, but I was trying to be subtle about the thing, because I didn't, you know, but this Megan knew what the questions I was asking right away. She knew exactly where I was coming from, and she literally intimidated me. She said, "I'll tell you, of all the municipalities and people that we deal with," she said, "there isn't anybody that does a better job than Rita Crundwell." She knew exactly what I was doing. She shut me down, intimidated me. And so I thought, well, that's right from the horse's mouth here.
What led to your suspicions that led you to ask?
Well, because of her lifestyle, you know. I didn't know about that Florida house, but I knew she was living pretty good. Yeah, I am, Travis. Just because when the day that the FBI came in there, I mean, they grabbed all those computers, the records. They knew everything. They got Sean back in his office. I didn't know what was going on at the time, but I knew later. And they had gone through everything with a fine-tooth comb. And then when we were talking about maybe doing our own investigation, I talked to the FBI in Rockford, and they said, well, you can do anything you want, but they said, frankly, we've looked this thing over, and we don't see any connection of anybody else. And it's just like that. Not everybody, but I mean, the common thought was that she squirreled a lot of money away. And I talked to the FBI about that, and they said they tracked everything. They could see where it came in and where it went out. There was no diversion of funds into, a can in the ground or anything. They could determine where it all went. Did you know she wanted to come down to the auction when she was before the trial, before it was all resolved, and her attorney had contacted Jason, wanted to know if she could come down to the auction. Can you imagine that?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, you talk about a
Yeah,
lack of conscience. I mean, I would want to be seen in the state.
Just to say goodbye to her assets.
Goodbye to the horse.
I don't think that. I think to me that shows that she doesn't have any idea how she upset people. Like she didn't really realize that.
Without conscience.
Yeah, like she'd have any idea that. I think she would have been lynched had she shown up.
Oh yeah.
It's like, wow,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Next year is 2015. It's an election year.
I had a feeling you might ask something like that.
So you prepared an answer.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to run. I would kind of wanted to see what the reaction of the community was with all this. I mean, this thing has been, you talk about a stressful deal for the city, the people at large, and the city council and the mayor's job. I mean, it's really been a deal and a half for 2 years, and found out how much, there's really a lot of pride in this community, and I think that goes to the heart of why most people were so upset. I mean, they're really proud of the community. I think a lot of the anger has receded, and so unless there's some groundswell, if I thought I was going to get booted out again, I wouldn't go. And the reason I want to run again is for the same reason I ran to start with, which is the mayor can make things happen, and we got a lot of things to get done going forward with this community, with this completing this downtown and this Dixon business competition. I'd like to see some more emphasis and expansion put on that airport. We got water out there, we got sewer out there. We could literally have a small industrial park out there. I'd like to create a task force that would actually deal with the question of how to grow the community.